Online with Richard Sandoval is a production of Hispanic Lifestyle, which is sponsored by Wells Fargo Bank. Wells Fargo and Company is a diversified community-based financial services company with $1.9 trillion in assets, over 7,400 locations, and approximately 260,000 team members. Information about their small business loans programs can be found online at wellsfargo.com. I want to ask you right away, how are you doing during this, what I guess some people are calling is a public health crisis? But
yes,
it doesn't look like you're having any crisis at all. You look fabulous, Jules.
Thank you. But it takes effort to actually, like, I forget what day it is. I forget, what time it is. So I get up and I just go straight to my office. So when I have to do a video, I have to actually, budget into my time, which I haven't done lately because I'm not leaving my home to do my hair, put on my makeup, etc., so that I am presentable for the camera.
Well, you're bringing up some really great topics and ideas. So since you're the etiquette expert, let's talk about appearance, if you will.
Sure.
What are the kind of do's and don'ts when you're doing these? Because everybody's doing them now, these video conference calls. Let's talk about appearance first.
Sure. So one would say and argue that business casual from the waist up is just fine, and which for the most part it is. However, if you just make sure you have everything that you need right by you, because if you have to retrieve a file and if it's in another room and you're in your, pajama bottoms with Hello Kitty or SpongeBob, we can't unsee that. We still need to have professionalism. Oops. Did I touch on a touchy subject?
You definitely touched on a sensitive subject there.
But again, yes, we are working from home, but we still need to be professional for that business meeting. So again, getting up, doing your hair, putting on some makeup, a nice blouse, shirt, etc. And if you're going to stay put, then wear those pajama bottoms. No one's going to see, but make sure you have everything you need right there at your fingertips.
Those are great points. I've gotten some phone calls and advised some people who call me up, and that is sound. The first rule of video is the video could be all right, but you need to have great sound. So I would like to add to the conversation, somehow get a microphone and somehow get a nice set of headphones. A lot of our iPhones, a lot of people are doing things with iPhones, and they come with some headphones, and it has a microphone. So between the two, you're going to get some good monitoring, if you will, of other people's conversation, their side of the conversation, and a good microphone. And lighting. If you can, make sure that you have light in front of you focused on your face. I know everybody loves the background of the beautiful countrysides and the trees and such, but the cameras look towards the light and really will darken your face.
Yeah, and those are great points. So if I can add the etiquette side to that. So for the audio portion, yes, you are absolutely correct. We may see a gray dot on the screen, but if we can't hear you, or if you're coming in and out quite a bit, you lose your audience, right? So, and it's also important because unless it's a one-to-one conversation, if you're in an office meeting with other teammates, mute yourself, mute yourself so that we don't hear the paper shuffling. We don't hear the kids in the background. We don't hear your dog barking. And use the chat function so that this way you can ask any questions and all the questions will be answered at the end, because you don't want to be talking over somebody to get their attention. That's just straight out rude, right? And also,
I'm sorry, are you saying that the ice in my glass? Good point. Good point.
Yeah, see, we don't want to hear that. If again, one-to-one conversation, that's fine. But when when there's 15 people and your boss's boss in that conversation, there still needs to be professionalism, decorum on that call. And when you're talking about lighting, your backdrop should be simple yet elegant, because you don't want people focusing on the backdrop and not really paying attention to you. You want to make sure that you're focusing on the presenter and hearing what he or she has to say, not what's going on back there.
Well, I'm definitely engaged in what you're having to say. But you brought up a great point about being courteous. I know that I'm working from home. I have a 10-year-old son, Nicholas, who's being homeschooled right now because he can't go to school. My wife is working from home as well because she can't go into work. Talk a little bit about courtesy, common courtesy, and how to communicate with other members in your household while all this is going on.
Right. So this is where, just communicating, so many things can be avoided. So many misunderstandings can be avoided by just simple communication. It's important to have that conversation at home with your partner, with your parents, with your roommate, with your kids, and have a clear signal. So this way they know when you're on a meeting and not to disturb you, versus when it's okay to come ask you a question. Because if you do have young kids at home, you're now also a teacher and helping them a little bit more because they're being homeschooled, right? So, but there has to be, again, that clear communication so that everybody is on the same page, and there's, rules at home, so that this way you can do your work, but you can also be available to be that stay-home teacher or whatever it is that you need to do at home, because you're not the only one there.
I love it. How about that's 3 great ones. But I also know that you're a businesswoman. Give me some selfish plugs. What do you have going? I know you have a website. Are you doing some online classes yourself? How are you keeping busy and actually, honestly, generating funds during this, it's unprecedented times, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am starting to do webinars. Most of my presentations were all face-to-face, but since I'm not able to go anywhere, and I had been thinking about pivoting to online, doing more webinars. So this has forced me to actually make that thought a reality. So you can find more information and stay up to date on my website, juleshirst.com, or on Instagram also too. I post there when I'm going to be doing something. And if there's a topic you want to see or hear about, then shoot me a text and let me know. Or they can let you know, and you can let me know, and we can do another video.
I love this. Hey, but I want to be clear here. Do you, during this time, this is perfect medium. Are you doing one-on-one, for lack of a better phrase, counseling, etiquette counseling?
Yes, and this is great time for a lot of people are wanting to brush up, or they're taking this opportunity to teach their kids. So they want to know, where do they start? Because etiquette is such a huge umbrella. There are so many things that you can cover. So like during Easter, just setting the table, having all the kids participate in setting that table. So I sent out diagrams on how to properly set each place setting. So yes, definitely utilizing the web.
Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time. Again, I hope your family is healthy and safe, and we're going to do another one of these. I know we have to. We have to do another one.
Thank you, Richard, for having me on. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you.